So what do I need to tell you? I need to tell you that what we've put together very specially for you over at eCommerce Master Plan is that we have created, or I've pulled together all my interviews on the eCommerce Master Plan podcast with fashion retailers together in one place for you. So you can see the link scrolling across the bottom there, which is chloelink.com/ecomtech. That will take you straight to that page where we've put all the interviews that I've done with fashion and apparel brands over the last 6 years are there for you to find. And they are everything from standard fashion businesses who've just done the basics really, really well, through to some really groundbreaking, clever, crazy ideas, both in terms of the apparel they're creating, the customer demographic they're going after, and how they're marketing their business. So loads on there if you want to get your hands on it. And I can see there's loads of comments going on here. But I think we've dealt with all of those, so that's okay, which means I'm now going to change the branding over to Recart, because in a second or two we will be joined by Nick Ramaya from Recart. And Recart are one of the brilliant sponsors who make this whole event possible. As you'll all have noticed, you're getting in for free. You're not having to pay anything for this amazing content, these amazing speakers, all this great insight into what's going to make fashion businesses successful in the years to come. You're not having to pay for it. Why? Why don't you have to pay? Because our sponsors have paid for it. So a huge thank you to them. And as I said, Nicholas is joining us from Recart, and Recart is the messenger marketing app for e-commerce. They've got more than 5,500 positive reviews and over 130,000 installs. So this is tried and tested and loved technology. And then they work with some of the most innovative D2C brands like BlendJet, Riderwear, and Your Super. So we're in for a treat as Nicholas is going to be taking us through developing a better opt-in strategy with Messenger. So how do you go about getting those opt-ins? So let's bring Nick up properly this time. Hello, Nick. How are you?
Hey, how's it going, Chloe? And everybody else? Good. How are you?
Well, it's great to have you here. And we are running a smidgen behind. So I'm going to let you dive straight into your presentation, if that's okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
It's all yours, Nick.
Awesome. Thank you. And thank you, Chloe. I appreciate it. Derek and Stephanie, I appreciate all you guys. And of course, eCommerce.io. Thank you guys so much for setting this up. And thank you for watching this session and for attending this. So my name is Nick Romaya. I'm the head of partnerships over at Recart.com. We are a messenger marketing software, primarily on Shopify and WooCommerce. And I'll get into a little bit about how Messenger can be pretty useful in terms of opt-in strategies, but also some other strategies. I added a few bonus ones as well, and I'll try to cater it around fashion as well. But anyways, without further ado, I'm just going to get right started. So thank you again, everybody. So to start, I want to kind of frame where Messenger is. Opt-in strategy, so what does that mean? There's three main opt-ins, right? So opt-in is kind of like the ultimate way to get a customer on board with your brand. It's them subscribing to you. They want to hear what you have to say. They want to hear what messages and promotions you may have. It's a very important channel to own and create these lists so you could send messages to them after, facilitate a community. So some of the main opt-ins, as we all know, email is a very powerful one. It's the backbone kind of all marketing in general, and of working day in, day out. So, but on the marketing side, the experience, it's fantastic. I mean, decades of use cases. You can put whatever you want in there, but of course the engagement is very low. And again, I'm not bashing email or SMS in any sense at all. This is more of just like a framing or a way to conceptually put Messenger compared to some of these other strategies. In fact, I'm going to be talking about how you should play into all these email and SMS strategies in my subsequent slides. Anyways, so SMS, on the other hand, very high open rates, about 90% in a socially relevant area. But the experience, it's great. Don't get me wrong, but you either buy or unsubscribe. And that's kind of how the process works. So Messenger is 90% open rate in a very socially relevant area as well. The experience is also very good. You can send messages back and forth, kind of like, a chat when you're sending a friend, for example. It is a customer chat. I can click your logo and then go directly to your Facebook profile in this case. And then, of course, you can send messages back and forth and PDFs, videos, things like that. So anyways, I'm going to dive right into a pretty awesome strategy over here at Recart that we've seen very successful. And this is something that definitely consider applying to your ads in this case. And I'll go into some other points as well. But let's talk about ads for a second and how an ad, which usually does not develop any kind of opt-in strategy, right? You click an ad, it's not like I'm subscribed to this company. But now we're going to make an ad actually one of the strongest opt-in strategies you can possibly have. And I know in fashion and apparel, it's obviously a very cutthroat industry. You want to market as much as you can. You want to get in front of people as much as you can so they can push, other brands out of their head. And you want to get to that frontal cortex, if you will. I don't even know if that's the right word, but please bear with me on that. Anyways, so you'll see a Facebook ad. So when you click a Facebook ad, in this case, BlendJet, an image, a website appears, and then you hope and pray that they're buying. And if not, that's it. They're gone. You've lost them. The average attention span of someone is like 5 seconds these days, considering 10 years ago, or 11 years ago, the Time magazine article title was "Who's Going to Stop the Phone Giant?" They were talking about Nokia. Think about that for a second. This whole smartphone revolution has really only been, you can count them on, I guess, a little bit more than 2 hands, but it's very, very new. We're all still kind of relatively adapting to this lifestyle. And that also goes with attention span. So the attention span of humans has gone down over the past 10 years pretty significantly because our notifications, our distractions has now amplified, a millionfold. So ads, I'm not to say I'm not bashing ads again, but I'm trying to say if it's the exact same cost for an ad for that click, why not expand on it? Why not create opt-ins, especially since most people are going to get distracted after clicking that ad, right? So with that being said, instead of just blendjet.com opening when I see this ad and I click it, BlendJet, me clicking this, is now going to send me a message immediately after, and this is called a click to messenger ad. So BlendJet will message me in this case, "Hey Andrew, you're seconds away from getting 20% off your BlendJet unlock discount." I just have to tap that, and that shows my reply here, and that is you giving your Facebook PSID to BlendJet in this case. So you now have someone's Facebook PSID, which is something that you can send a message to at any given point in the future already. So even if I left right here, I still got the BlendJet Band-Aid on. I'm not have to rip that off if I want to get away from that brand. So take it to the next level. Why don't we get another opt-in here? So it's even harder for them to leave, or even better for them, of course, because they can get more exposure to our brand. So since Facebook did 2-factor authentication a couple of years ago, everybody has at least one phone number and one email attached to their Facebook account. So we're able to automatically pull that into a chat. So you can just tap it. You don't actually have to type out this 9 characters, for example, or my email from middle school is like 15 characters, for example. So you can automatically populate that in the chat, and all you have to do is tap that. So that's 2 taps, 2 owned channels. That tap also sends to your providers, such as on the SMS side, we have SMS Bump, PostScript, and Attentive, and on the email side, we have Klaviyo and Drip. And then you're going to give them a discount code in terms of value. So just to quickly rewind here, an ad is now transforming into a double opt-in strategy, one on Messenger and then one on email or Facebook and or SMS, and you're going to give them an extra freebie in the sense of a discount code on top of that. Then let's take the freebies up. Let's keep going with these added benefits. Facebook allows you, from the moment you got that initial opt-in, i.e. in this case me tapping unlock discount, to send an abandoned cart follow-up. within 24 hours. So in this case, in 3 hours, if there's no add to cart, we will send a follow-up message, which is a 90% open rate message. Very powerful, considering, again, my point that I was saying about, attention spans. I could have truly had the intent to buy this product, but maybe I got distracted and I just need that reminder in 3 hours to come back. Regardless, you can see this isn't just a normal poke. It has a call to action: shop 20% off. Let's connect you with our customer service if you have any questions. And then, of course, let's connect you with our content and maybe derive some inspiration for why you should purchase this. So zooming out again, usually ads, when you click them, you are exposed to the website, and then you have to make a purchasing decision on yourself, and you have to be focused on the app and just that app, because if I log off or anything, it's gone. But now you're able to get a Facebook opt-in, a Messenger opt-in, a phone number or an email. And that also comes with first name, last name, gender, location, time zone, and of course the email or phone number. And I joke, but Facebook doesn't like, I don't say care about privacy necessarily, but they're willing to give all that information over to you the moment you tap this information, because that's tied to your Facebook account. So you get all that information. Brilliant for marketers, right? You already now, just from this ad, just by transforming your ads, now have your clients' genders, and for fashion and apparel, that's perfect. You have a men's line, you have a woman's line. Now you can segment those lists, and now those lists are catered directly. You might even send specials to people whose last names start with R, or I don't know. You also get their time zone as well. So if you do pop-ups and things like that, you now know people, and hopefully we'll be at pop-up level pretty soon. I'm very excited for the reopening of everything. But if you're in a certain time zone and you're going to do a pop-up in that time zone, now you have an email list with everybody in that time zone, so you can message them and say, "Hey guys, I'm going to have a pop-up." Really strong, as you can see, and just a quick little change or add on to your Facebook ad strategy can really unlock this kind of whole marketing nirvana, if you will, of own channels, follow-ups, connecting to customer service, content. There's a lot you can do, obviously. So to go on to the next, and this is kind of basically what I was saying. Messenger ads unlock more value. Yes, it's great for the opt-ins, but really just think about it from a cost perspective. These are the exact same cost per click. So might as well take it to the next level. Another really strong strategy for opt-ins and also engagement, and in this case we also have an apparel company here, is with comment to Messenger. So we talked about click to Messenger ads in the last one. This is comment to Messenger, meaning a comment triggers a message from the brand directly to me right after. So I'm going to comment on this post right here, Riderwear's giveaway post. In this case, it works really good for giveaways. And this is more towards like your communities that have pre-liked you. Like I have a Facebook page, let's say 1,000 people like me. That's what this is more geared towards. Works with Facebook Live too. But we've seen a lot of success with kind of like this approach. And if I comment, in this case, Kitty is going to comment, and we've blurred it out a little bit just to focus on the good stuff here. But the original post said comment below in the description to enter into our giveaway. So Kitty is going to comment here. Riderwear is going to message immediately once this comment pulls in. So Riderwear is going to message, "Hey, thank you so much for entering into our giveaway. We would love your first entry. First entry, please give us your email." It automatically appears. You just have to tap it. "Thank you. Give us your phone number." It automatically appears. You just have to tap it. Awesome. Here's two entries into our giveaway. So you're giving a customer value. You're getting engagement here, and you're also developing 3 opt-ins in 2 taps from that customer. So 2 taps and 3 opt-ins. I mean, it's pretty crazy, especially because that can send over to your Klaviyo or drip lists for email, and then PostScript, Attentive, and SMS bump for SMS. And then, of course, you're also getting the first name, last name, gender, location, and time zone as well. So all of that from a comment, you can definitely see how some of these opt-in strategies and engagement strategies, you're giving value and engagement and kind of creating a two-way street with that consumer. That's very important these days. So 3 owned channels and 2 taps is kind of like one of the main gists here. So speaking of engagement and kind of that two-way street, this is a cool stat that I like to share from one of our clients. Essentially, this was an ad that turned into a 20-step quiz after clicking it. I mean, talk about friction, right? And that, yeah, I know there's a lot of things about, hey, this is too much friction. Let's step away from this. I was just talking about how important it is, the lack of friction, how you can just tap an email and enter it. You don't type it all out. But it looks like carefully placed friction is actually pretty awesome and can be very engaging with consumers. So this is a 20-step quiz. If 100% of people started at question 1, by the time you're at question 4, you've actually lost 25% of people. But by the time you're at question 20, so it's 16 questions later, you've lost 3% of people. What does that mean? So people like answering this stuff. Over 70% of people who started this quiz, which may seem gimmicky to me and you on the naked eye, but hey, if I see this, sure, let's just answer these questions. And at the end, you can see it's not even a real prize. It's go to my website. People like interacting with these stuff, even if the end goal is just to visit your site, get some engagement. And you better believe they will visit your site after, because they want to see what they just spent, 20 questions on. So I think that's pretty cool in terms of how conversational marketing is definitely getting pretty big. This is another opt-in strategy. This one's a little more basic. I think we all know pop-ups are great for opt-in strategies, but I still felt compelled to throw it in for the presentation just to show the difference with kind of like a messenger opt-in strategy on a welcome pop-up than a traditional pop-up that we're more used to. But I see this pop-up when I am on Safari, for example, on mobile, and then I'll see this blush and bar free ring, $59 value. I'll click that, and then that'll shoot me over to Messenger, and then I'll go through this quick prompt. But you can see, please enter, confirm your email address to reveal all 3 gifts, and then select your favorite. Sounds cool, right? I don't have to type in my email. It automatically is going to appear to me just like this. I simply just have to tap it. That's going to populate. Send the first name, last name, gender, location, time zone, and send it to your provider. And you're also going to give them some value as well. And don't forget, that's also a messenger sub because you're interacting with the bot. So every interaction is a sub, which is obviously very powerful for the future. And this is a little bit about kind of like how the back end works, or how these like conversational editors work. But I kind of want to take a quick pause here and then show some examples of this, because I realize some of this it's a lot better just to look at, look at it in action, right? Yeah, I'm talking about all this conceptual stuff, but let's actually see how it looks and how it works. So this is the pop-up on the right that I was explaining, maywoven.com. You're going to see that, 4-second delay, unlock 10% off your order. Discount will be locked in Facebook Messenger app. That's 1 tap, 2 taps. That's my opt-in. See how emails just popped up. You can see how this is an awesome opt-in strategy. I mean, if anything, don't try try us for to elevate your pre-existing, or try Messenger for your pre-existing channels, to elevate your ads, to elevate your email list, to elevate your SMS collection. Of course, it is its own engine in itself, but think about it from like the perspective of your other initiatives. Very strong. I mean, you can tackle all those or just one. Everything, it's up to you. And then here's another example. This is more on the conversational aspect of Messenger. I know I've been talking a lot about opt-in strategies, ways to elevate certain strategies that we're used to doing all the time. But at the end of the day, a lot of brands have a story to tell. Maybe it's a video, maybe it's a 2-minute story about the founder where they started this journey. Maybe it's a qualification issue, like this brand, for example. Pajamas. It's pajamas you can pee in. Very brilliant name and company, and fitting too, because we're for fashion and apparel as well. But I'm going to press play here, and this is going to be in real time. But the issue is targets mostly mothers. Mothers kept buying this thinking it replaces diapers, when really it only supplements it. And even then, it's at a certain threshold of liquid. But we wanted to create an educational sequence on the first point of contact, and you can see kind of how the other ended aspects of this tool. So exactly how much peel pajamas really hold, I don't know. Let's find out. This is in real time. Check out this 30-second video to see what pajamas is the best bedwetting backup available. Watch video now. There is my messenger opt-in, me sending that message back. So now I am opted in. How much do you think your child pees overnight? You know, no idea. And I doubt anyone knows what these values are in a diaper, but she's going to explain it to me. And if I press 10 plus, then it would disqualify me saying, do you want to share it with someone else? But since I'm able to qualify myself, pajamas is in selling mode. Let's just sell a lot of different aspects and bonuses about pajamas now. So let's show you a 30-second video on how it fits. Let's show that eliminate 18 pounds of diapers and save you $73. Give you a $5 off code, and then we'll send you to the website. But again, this illustrates one of my points earlier. You see an ad, in this case, an Instagram ad, and then you click it, and then you are now on pajamas.com. You can see the possibilities here. You can collect opt-ins. You can have sequences, videos. Really, the world's your oyster. The most obvious tools and tips and tactics are, of course, like feeding into your pre-existing strategies. But I think we're just scratching the surface for some of the strategies you can actually do within this bot. Really, really cool things that are going on, especially considering that Messenger is also going to open up into, I don't know if you noticed, but your Instagram paper airplane DM logos no more. It is now a Messenger icon, meaning the chats are fusing, and you'll be able to send messages and communication just like this natively within Instagram as well, and soon to be WhatsApp. You know, Facebook messaging, if you will, not Facebook Messenger. And then I do quickly want to just show one more thing, and then we can get back to the more formal presentation. Sorry for a little scrappiness here, but I just wanted to show like what the lists look like: first name, last name, gender, location. You can see that here. Yeah, that's what it looks like. You can see it's obviously a lot more powerful than just a list that's just this cell right here. All right, now back to this. Okay. So yeah, this is a sponsored message. So this is the Messenger opt-in. These are like, all the other things that you can do with it, the follow-ups and messages post that. But once someone is opted in, meaning once they have interacted with that bot, you can now send the messages at any given time that slide right into their inbox and appear, and you get a notification. And this is what they look like. It's basically a sale. It's it's like an email. It's like a text message that you're used to sending, but now it's in Messenger. So really awesome opt-in tool, especially considering that we're also going to get into Instagram and WhatsApp very soon. So these are some of the results we've seen on our end using some of these Messenger tactics. So on average, 8 to 14% revenue increase. Yeah, Messenger is very, very powerful for, enveloping those click to Messenger ads, maybe getting cheaper customer acquisition, telling more of your brand story, communicating more with your customers. I mean, you saw all those things that it kind of like touches bases on in terms of marketing. But if you were to hone in on just, I guess, like cash and money, I know that's always important. The sponsored messages is very, very powerful. This is, again, a message that appears directly in your inbox. I know I said this would be the last time I do this, but I just wanted to show quickly what this a sponsored message looks like in an inbox from a consumer point of view. So you can see it just appears right in my inbox and in my Facebook account. This is my Facebook, and it just appears. It's right there. Valentine's Day sale, the perfect gift. It's an email. So as you can see, this is a very powerful way to develop your opt-in strategies, especially since they're 90% open rates. And you can see Pajamas even messaged me from that a day ago, just from that that video interaction we recorded. And then I'm pretty much done here. So thanks again for bearing with me, everybody. And quick, just about us, we have 155,000 installs. We're the #1 paid for Shopify app right now on the App Store, and we've been around for about 6 years. And some of our top integrations are right here. There's actually plenty more that we need to add, I guess, just for virtue of space there. They're not all added, but we have plenty and dozens of integrations to kind of fit right in here. And then we have, of course, an exclusive webinar offer. Anybody watching this is more than welcome to try our services for 3 months for free. And then we also have a Messenger Accelerator program, which is a program geared to us building and catering and executing your marketing flows for you. Because I realize some of the strategies and things I can do are amazing, yes, but daunting to start. How do I start this? So we are more than happy to help you start that journey. That is a first come, first serve basis, and it is based off of certain qualification. But to redeem that, please message. You can just say e-commerce webinar, no body needed. Yeah, but that is the presentation. Thank you guys so much. I hope you learned some new opt-in strategies with Messenger that you could do, and how it kind of plays and plugs into a lot of your pre-existing strategies that you're working so hard on day in, day out. And I want to again thank eCommerce.tech.io and all the wonderful people behind there working so hard to make this happen. Thank you guys. Appreciate that.
Thanks, Nick, and excellent presentation, and thank you for the offer. We'll leave that up on screen there for people for a little bit longer. It does strike me, like you said, that the potential power of messenger marketing is only just being tapped into by people. It seems like we're doing about this much of what's going to be a huge bank of ideas in the future.
Definitely. Yeah. You couldn't have hit the nail on the head there anymore. I mean, you saw ad strategies and collecting, other own channels, obviously like Messenger is in the backbone, right, of your strategies. But I think one day it will be like a pretty strong quote unquote backbone where strategies are built out just on the flows there, as you saw with that pajamas flow, some of the possibilities. So really, really cool. And I'm really excited for the future of this space.
And I think one of the things that it strikes me, especially with that pajamas example, is you showed us the video of if you went through the messenger journey, and you get the extra video and you get the questions and the extra opt-ins and all the rest of it, and then you showed us or you click and you go to the website, and I actually felt let down by the click and go to the website. And I can imagine, for a customer, actually what you want is that journey. You don't want spat out at website exactly. to happen. So I think I think if you're doing it right, there's a lot of customer service improvement that comes from it too. Precisely.
It connects straight up with your customer service providers. One of our main integrations is with Gorgeous, for example. So, and it is a chat. Say help, put a question mark. We're able to identify that, or Messenger is able to identify that and spit it and create a ticket as well. So really good way to communicate back with customers. And you saw with like that quiz example, how people just like kind of answering these things, even though they seem a little gimmicky. It's fun, creating that two-way street is very important these days.
Yeah, I would love to be a fly on the wall in some of those accelerator program sessions where people are brainstorming ideas. That sounds like my kind of heaven, but that probably says too much about me. So, so Nick, just before we go, could you remind people? Actually, I've just got rid of your slides, but can you remind people where to find Recart and where to get hold of you, please?
Yes. You can find Recart on the Shopify App Store, or go to recart.com, and then we have a link at the top right. So it's download, it'll take you there as well. To get a hold of me, please reach out to me at Nick, Nick, at recart.com. I'd be more than happy to help, assist, take you on this messenger journey, introduce you to, anything you need, really. So even just talk. I like talking to people. So there you go. There's my
awesome. Well, it's been great. It's been great talking with you today, Nick. So thanks so much for coming on and sharing so much stuff, which has got my brain firing. I suspect has for many of the rest of the audience too. So thanks, Nick.
Thank you, Chloe. Thank you.